I'll do the next one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're just like on a roll. Whoa. Slow down, sailor. Oh, calm down. Okay. Another aspect would be growth during COVID. I mean, oh, is this like your silent treatment?
Oh, what? You talking to me?
Your Enneagram 3-4, Wing 4 silent treatment. That's funny.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Not So Late Show. Guys, we're back. Episode number 19.
Yep.
How you doing?
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, missed you guys.
I know. We've missed doing these together and hanging out with everybody, so.
Yeah, so funny story, not really funny, frustrating, but this is about the 5th take, just trying to get this thing to go. I don't know what's going on. Just crashing and restarting and no audio and mic's not working. So we had one up earlier on Facebook, deleted it, started all over. We're 14 minutes in, it's cool. But hey, yeah, wanted to get one in before the end of the year because we honestly have a ton of fun doing this. It's just like life just gets away from you and it gets so busy.
I know, it does.
That it gets tough, but man, I mean, what a year.
What a year. That is even an understatement, isn't it?
I know. So we're here, wanted to get one in by the end of the year, just kind of give you some of our highs and lows and just recap of the year. So glad you're here with us and on. We've got before we jump into the show, always usually open up something. Where we go? This is a 2015.
Is it Buteo?
I think it's Yokeo.
Oh.
The Yokeo Buteo.
Oh.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yokeo.
You would think this was Spanish or something, but it's actually from California. It's a California red wine.
It's actually really delicious. It's
Yeah.
very smooth and yeah, cheers.
Cheers. I know we can act like we're drinking this for the first time, but we've already had it. Oh yeah, so it's
nice.
good stuff. Yeah. Well, how was
It's
your
very
week?
festive here.
Yep.
We're in sweatshirts. He's in joggers. We have our. If you don't believe me, you just raise your legs high enough.
I'll get a cramp.
We have our tree. That's new.
Yep.
And Christmas is fun. All the lights just make me happy when I turn them all on. I don't know if anyone else feels like that.
I know we've never done one of these when like the time change happened. So I was like trying to set up and the lighting's all different. I'm like, man, it's so dark and I'm getting glare. So it's like it's all off. But yeah, how was your week?
Good. I mean, professionally, it's just been very fast paced.
Yeah.
Just wrapping up conversations for 2021 and just talking with people about potential projects and how we can add value to them and what they're working on. And we have so many great friends in the dental industry, and it's just there's so many amazing opportunities.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been very fast paced.
Yeah, and everybody's thinking through 2021 and just their goals and being able to be a part of that and help them accomplish those is awesome. Dan O'Rourke's on. Hey Dan, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. So yeah, it is busy. I mean, yeah, we both wrap up Friday for the year.
We do.
And then we take a 2-week holiday break just to be with the kids and family and all that. So leading up to it is, it's a little crazy.
We just run really fast so that we can actually disconnect and take some time, you know?
So then this week is like, well, why not put one of these in? Just keep it going.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Friday it all stops.
We haven't done one in months, so it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. Friday, what's going to be cool though is we've actually got a room downtown at a hotel, and we're going to go to dinner and just like celebrate.
Don't tell anyone where we're going. No one will be able to
find
us.
Yeah, it's not even here. It's somewhere else. No. Far away where you can't get to us. So
well, we're not traveling, so there's
but that's the end goal, right? Is like get there, be done. You and I celebrate Friday night. Awesome year.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Monday was fun. We had our team Christmas party. We definitely pivoted. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can stop using the word pivot at some point, but you kind of have to. But everywhere across the country right now, I mean, obviously companies, corporations are trying to figure out what to do with Christmas parties. I mean, dental practices, I know you guys are all in the same spot trying to figure it out. I've heard lots of creative ideas. We typically do a big kind of Friday night dinner, which would have been this Friday night. Nice place, get a private room, just treat the team and try to spoil them with as much food as they can possibly eat.
We have a team of foodies for sure.
Yeah, and just celebrate a good year. So, but obviously it's just been tough. So we've actually had 3 or 4 different kind of plans, I think, along the way.
Yeah. The last one was going to be really great. I'll just save that for when everything makes sense for us to do it. But but we had a great day.
Yeah.
We had just kept our team on site, and we went and had tacos and supported one of our local restaurants. We were the only people in the restaurant, which concerns me a little bit because they're new. But we ate some great food, just hung out and did a gift exchange and made delicious waffles courtesy of one of our clients.
Yeah, Smile Modern out in Los Angeles area sent us the ingredients to make mochi waffles or mochi waffles, something like that. But
yeah, they were great.
Made with rice flour and rice milk and super light and fluffy. And gosh, they were amazing.
Milk, yeah.
So thanks, especially Serena, for getting all that out to us. But yeah, and then just, kind of gave them some gifts. I think we've even got some pictures here. Our team's so talented. Janet Lose creates the custom packaging. I think she painted these like flowers.
She hand dyed and painted them somehow.
And like there was like pieces of driftwood from Florida.
That she collected, yeah.
And then Tyler Wetta created some custom Studio 88 hot sauce. Mm-hmm. And got the visual displays and just made it all happen. So
it was very chill, but at the end of the day, I had to remind myself really what matters is the people and that we're all together and we're safe and healthy.
Yeah.
And not, the party that we typically throw.
Yeah.
So I think it's important just to be adaptable.
Yeah, and I think we kept going back and forth with it, but at the end of the day, it was the right decision and keep our team safe, keep especially just plus ones safe, and not just create all that at the end. So
and we've had some personal fun too.
Yeah.
My sister came into town, and
cool.
We went to there's an area in Columbus, Ohio called the Columbus Commons. It's like in the downtown area. And do you have the photo, I think?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The one with you and the kids?
There's my 15-year-old Caden, who is taller than me. And yeah, so it was fun. I love, just being able to, especially do things outdoors right now that are Christmas centric.
Yeah.
And so it's good.
Yeah, fun. Awesome. What else? I know you've got, you're working on fun new projects and.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about, and you guys will see this on social, and I will be putting out, a proper just promotional launch of this project, but it's called The Story Project. And it's a new video interview style podcast, which is definitely my jam, where I will be hosting and interviewing one dentist a month and just highlighting their story and how they've been fearless and resilient, their triumphs and failures, and what they want their impact or mark to be on the world. My goal with this project is to really just give dentists a platform to be influential with their story. And so I'm excited to get this going.
Yeah.
The first one will be January.
Yeah. That's going to be super awesome. So much interaction just even already on social media. And one of the things you did this year towards the end of the year was send out a message to some of our clients and non-clients. I mean, just people you have a relationship with, friends, and just said, what were some of the highlights of your year?
Right.
And what were some of the things you did to get through 2020?
Right.
And they all sent selfie videos back, and then we edited them and put them together.
Yeah.
And we showed one to the team Monday, and it was so great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Just hearing from the dental profession as a whole.
Right. Because we can do our best, we stay as connected as possible, but it's also so amazing to have organic, uncensored feedback from the dental community and from practice owners themselves. And so I just am excited to engage them more in the content that we're putting out there and the stories that we're highlighting.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. When you're so good at it and they respond to you so well.
I don't think I scare them. I don't know. I think I...
Yeah. I just feel if I ask them to do that, it's just not, they're going to be like, no.
I know. I just DM people and I'm like, hey, I'm doing this thing.
Right.
Can you
and they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So.
Yeah. Dentists are the most generous people on the face of the earth. They're so amazing. They have zero time at all to give, and yet they're big givers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, before we kind of jump into the main part of the episode, we always like to talk about what we're watching or reading or listening to or whatever. Do you have some things? Let me pose it like this. we've got Christmas break coming up. We've got this holiday
Yeah.
break. What are you looking forward to? Like, what's on your, like, what to get to list?
What I love the most is I actually don't have this big long list.
Okay.
I want and prefer, I need some cozy, chill mornings where we don't have to be dashing out of the door somewhere to, take kids to
talking, I
school
gotta
or okay. I'll just have a conversation with myself. I have no issue doing that. I make myself laugh all the time. No, this is interesting. Probably spending also time just doing Christmas stuff with the kids. That'll be fun. And we got some snow today, so my kids were out sledding and, whoa, okay, his list. It's ridiculous. Okay, I am planning on, I'm going to read, I love your stack there. That's great.
I'm not trying to be competitive.
He's just so, it's overwhelming.
I
You
meant
have
to
no
get this because
idea.
I just got these.
I knew he was going to talk about all the books. I'm going to read one book. I don't want to read 15 or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
want to set the
amazing.
bar too high. I want
Yeah.
to enjoy
Keep it
this
low.
and digest it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Digest that book.
Everyone has read this but me. I know, I'm
Don't get
behind.
heartburn.
I'm behind. But I'm excited to read Atomic Habits by James Clear. I hope to have him, I'd love to have him on a Go Live with you.
Yeah.
And have you just
That'd
do a
be cool.
podcast interview with him.
Yeah. We've got mutual friends for sure, so we can probably make that happen.
could be cool. And then lastly, something that I geeked out about.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be spending some time just focusing on writing, and I have been so influenced by Donald Miller and his work, his podcast, his books, all of that. And so he just recently released his daily planner through Business Made Simple, which is his kind of coaching program for really teams, but individual business minded people and individuals. And so he released his daily planner, and I have mine in a really cool, you can't see it, sorry, beautiful white minimalistic. So but basically the concept is you review your life plan every day, your 1 year, your 5 year, your 10 year, and then I'm starting with 3 times a week. I'm going to be getting up early and devoting time to my top 3 goals for that day.
Okay.
And so for me, that will involve writing and, just working on story project stuff and my brand and things like that.
Yeah.
And working on my book and then all of that. And I just need a way to really just prioritize chunks of writing time, honestly. And so I think that this is going to be a great tool to do that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You need to spend more time developing your stuff next year.
I do.
For
Yeah,
sure.
just really having some creative time and hours devoted to that instead of just pushing through and producing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Chris, holiday break, I think,
how about you?
yeah, number 1, just no phone calls. I think I would like to just go for a 2-week period of time with no phone calls.
You deserve that.
So yeah, I think I've got like 8 tomorrow and then like 4 Friday plus 2 meetings. And yeah, so it's just nuts this time of year. But
Good job.
Yeah.
You're an introvert.
I am an introvert.
You are. Good job.
So that, plenty of sleep. I love my sleep.
You love your sleep and your
So
naps.
that's gonna happen. But then I also I just got this box from Amazon a couple days ago. Because I don't know, yeah, I just so many good books. I just kind of popped up all at once. But this is The Practice by Seth Godin. He actually released this on Thanksgiving, and I bought it right away. This is one of these guys, Seth Godin. It's an author that if he releases something, I just buy it. It's like automatic, just Amazon click, buy it. This is so good. I'm actually gave it to one of our team members, our art director, and said, "This is us," and hopefully this really helps you like know what we're trying to do and where we're going. Is This Anything by Jerry Seinfeld. So it's just kind of a little bit of a biography, but mostly his routines, like his stand-up routines. But what I love is just even this title, because creatives do this all the time. We create something, we put it out there, and then we're like, is that anything? Is this anything? And like we don't know, but we put it out there, and I love that he kind of titled this book that, and there's some just cool thoughts in it as well.
What a great author, and just like comedian. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and just it's all of his bits from like goes like
Yeah.
there's a section on the 70s and the
Yeah.
80s and the 90s.
That's
And
awesome.
The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek, his newer one that I just haven't got to yet, but really about business being a game. We only get to choose how we play it, and I love that kind of concept. Like it's a game that never ends. I think as entrepreneurs, like you have to just really get settled in that. Like this thing never stops. So that the goal isn't to win, and you can't lose. It's just how you play it. So I like that. LeBron Inc., the making of $1 billion athlete.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I just get fascinated with how he has created business and monetizes, and is really an entrepreneur himself and a voice in a league and a profession in a world. Love that, and I think this one's going to be super interesting. The Storm Before the Calm, America's Discord, the Coming Crisis of the 2020s, and the Triumph Beyond. So my kind of personal coach and mentor suggested this one, but just some trends through American history that show that the 20s are probably going to be a little up and down. And so...
I don't always like that.
yeah, but it's good to know where we're headed. So this is like my...
So
Truth be told, I probably get through 3, maybe 4 of these on Christmas break.
I love recently how you've been reading and watching football at the same time.
Well, yeah. I'm reading during the commercials, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you questioning my retention during that?
No, I just kind of would prefer, like, honestly, I want designated reading nights. And when you if you travel and go to out of town, I just flat out say no TV, no devices, nothing. We have a designated reading evening, Tuesdays or whatever. And then you come back in, and then all the football starts at Caden, and so it's fine. We'll reconvene the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, guys, this episode, number 19, we thought we wanted to get back on the end of the year because we have a lot of fun doing this. We wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, but we also wanted to just talk about highs and lows of 2020, just do a little recap. I mean, we are winding down to a year that a lot of us are really happy to just say peace out.
Peace out, 2020.
Peace out, yo.
And I think this year has been, all of us have said this. It sounds very redundant. However, it's completely accurate. All of our super high highs have been met equally with super low lows. And regardless of where you live or how you make a living or what industry you're in, everyone has been met with some of the biggest challenges this year.
Yeah.
And we just thought it would be an interesting and relevant conversation to discuss what we've loved about this year, and then also some of the low points. And I thought we could do this in an interesting way, though, and approach because really, you can find a bright spot or an opportunity to learn or grow in every low place.
Yeah.
And so I thought it would be cool if with every circumstance, we kind of approach it. What was the high with it and what was the low?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So number 1 is just that, the whole virtual, hybrid, in-person, back to virtual, back to hybrid, back to in-person learning model this year, school model.
I put that number 1 because I think that if you are a parent of elementary, primary or elementary or high school aged children, you are with us in this. Like, you feel the pain.
Yeah.
This has been the most excruciating educational year my children have ever been through.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. And currently they're both, well, Aaliyah was on virtual for 2 weeks because teachers all got COVID and they couldn't find enough replacements. And now Caden, so right when she goes back, Caden's school goes all virtual because of the same reason. So it's not even been the kids, it's been the teachers all getting it from Thanksgiving break, right? Which is what the whole point was. But yeah, I mean, so the highs are you don't have this crazy morning routine that starts early. And so I think everybody's sleeping a little bit better.
Yeah, so like there's a sleep gain factor.
Right. If both our kids are on virtual at the same time, everybody's getting a little bit more sleep.
Right.
There's not this like have to be up by 6 because their alarm's going off at 6:30 and yeah.
Right, completely. Increased overwhelm. I mean, Okay, so the high kids are they're learning, for one, they're learning to be more self-sufficient with their homework.
Yeah.
Okay. And classroom work. They have to be when they're virtual.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't sit with them 24/7. And then one of the lows would be many times teacher expectations are really, really significant and heavy on virtual learning.
Yeah.
And I think that they're missing this in-person component where they comprehend information faster and they understand it, they connect with it better when they're in person than when they're virtual, just staring at a screen all day.
Yeah, no, I think so. And I think it varies too, like by school district, by teachers. I mean, Aaliyah just gets overwhelmed. I mean, just so much going on that when it gets into that mode, it literally takes us into the weekend to where I'm spending time on Saturday and on Sunday with her just to get caught up by Monday, and sometimes we're not. And so that's been tough. And then Caden, like today I walk in, I'm like, you got any homework? He's like, no. How many classes do you have today? One.
One?
Well, I think it was like two, but I'm like, he's like, I literally have everything done, Dad. Like I'm even ahead on stuff. And so I'm like, do your teachers even care?
No,
like,
they do. They email us every 2 seconds. I think they care for sure. It's just, it's crazy. They're, and also it's, they're handling so many more students at his high school. You know what I mean? It's hundreds in his grade.
That's true.
I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so let's see.
I think as a parent though, do you feel is one of the lows for you, like, do you feel the guilt for not being there enough for them through this time?
Yes, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think sometimes I get I experience guilt just thinking, oh, I should be sitting right there with her or whatever. But at the same time, I think recently when she first went virtual, I'm hearing this echo.
It's just because of you're hearing it in two places.
I'm hearing myself like, echo.
It's two Joannas.
One is enough.
Yes.
There's only one.
Yes, there is only one, and she is enough.
No, I think I had to just process that in my mind and come to terms with the fact that I'm doing my best and also she's doing her best. And it's dividing and conquering. You cannot beat yourself up and stay in this place of feeling bad or guilty all the time. I'm, helping you grow the business and I have a job full time and my daughter is sitting over there at the dining room table and she also has access to me though.
Yeah.
Almost 24/7 because we work remotely here most of the time.
Yeah, no, I think that's been like the high is like we're here and we're more involved in the school work than ever and their education than ever. But I think there's just that sense of like it never feels like it's enough when you're a parent. I think I could probably be here 40 hours a week with them on their school and I would still be like I'm not getting to it all or it's not enough. So yeah, I mean I probably right now I've got a good 5 to 7 hours a week that I'm spending with her mostly on schoolwork.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ariel says I feel like eye contact in person definitely helps focus attention span. It feels like their brains must default to screens like TV. So yeah, and Donna Hanning, especially when you have to be at work full time. No, I know. Yeah, we've had some benefit of being able to have some flexibility to be here, which has been great. But I know just dealing with dental professions, so many staff members just have to be at the practice every day.
Well, and I think something that also, as I'm processing this, it's been difficult because you're spending all this time, but it's on all of these very task-oriented things. Complete the homework. What's the assignment? What's your day classwork for this subject? Instead of connectivity.
Yeah.
Like we're there for them, but it's not like all of this connected time. It's not, I don't think it counts as like quality time.
Yeah.
We're basically stepping in as kind of these teachers. They're teachers. Yeah.
So which goes into number 2, which you wanted to bring up. Like number 1 was like the virtual learning model and all that shifting and back and forth. But second is just being home a lot, like all the time.
Being home all the time.
So there's some highs and lows there
lots
too.
Lots of highs and lows, everybody.
So what are some highs?
So generally, let's break this up. Spending more time together has a high and a low.
Okay.
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 So
Okay.
the high is you're spending more time together, right? There's
Right.
less travel. You're learning to navigate tough times as a unit, as a
Yeah,
family.
it reminds me of like the Croods. Did you ever see that when it's like the kill circle? Or no, maybe it's not the kill circle. But it's like how they sleep. Like they're all just like together, and I'm like, that
It's their
is like
sleep-
every household in America right now. They're like we've all formed our kill circles, and we're just like we're in this together, and
now
yeah.
sleep like all tangled up together. So the low is spending all the time together. It's literally the same thing. You start to feel claustrophobic.
It's a high and a low.
You get tired of seeing the same faces and people and, jokes and mannerisms and attitudes and all that,
Yeah, for sure. So being home all the time means we have to have some type of structure. There's a necessary structure for survival which
Good and
brings
bad.
highs and lows. So
Yeah.
the high is the kids learning to self-manage and
Oh, yeah.
that structure.
Let me grab something.
Yeah, and I mean, Joanna's great at this. I mean, she usually sits down most nights and maps out a daily routine for all the kids. And so they wake up in the morning and they have a clipboard in front of them. I mean, not right when they wake up, but like when they come down for breakfast, it's like, here's your spot and there's a clipboard.
Aaliyah's is actually crazier. This is when Caden has virtual, he just gets a simple one. Hers, I actually had to have 2 pages
Yeah.
taped together.
Partly because of all the work. So but yeah, this was
I'm trying
Wednesday. So this was today. Oh, you just you took Mondays and modified it and crossed out Monday.
Yeah,
Put
I get so
Wednesday.
tired of rewriting some of the same stuff. However, I love teaching kids routine and healthy habits, and that's a really positive thing.
Yeah.
I think maybe the negative would be life can begin to feel too systematic.
Right.
It's actually hard for me to say because we both love processes and systems.
Right.
However, kids need to breathe and they need to have just spontaneity and fun built in.
Yeah. Okay. So no sports activities right now, which relates to being home all the time. So the high with that is it just creates more time in the schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
when we were in August and September, maybe it was September, school was back in person and sports were restarting, and Caden got into basketball, like conditioning and workouts and tryouts and all that stuff. And man, there was
were
a
just
month
running
to
around
6
like
weeks
crazy.
there that was crazy.
Yeah,
And then you
definitely.
realized it's the shutdown, like the all that time and the things that we love, like it was mostly just school and activities being taken out of the mix, and how much time is spent with
Consumed
that.
with that,
So
definitely.
the high is like we just don't have all these evenings where we got to be places and dropping kids off and all that. The low with that, obviously, I think, which is the intangible that I don't know the word. Yeah, I think people know this. I think we all don't like it, but increased anxiety with kids, depression with kids, isolation, loneliness with kids. I think 15-year-old boys need to have some type of athletic outlet.
Yeah, and I
in
would
their
argue,
life.
and I would argue so do females.
Yeah.
I think every child needs to move their body every day. And I have one kid that's really great at that and gravitates towards that, and I have another one that isn't. And they will remain nameless in case they ever see this. But, and so I have to push the one of our kids to really like, hey, have you moved your body today? What have you done? Let's do some yoga. Let's do this workout, together.
Yeah.
And also the lack of sports activities, and they miss their friends. Are you kidding me? They miss the social engagement. All of that is so healthy to them thriving.
Yeah. Okay, and then being home all the time just means an increase in screen time and devices. Donna says Allie was dancing all the time with a face mask. It's so different. I can imagine. It's crazy. So, but yeah, increased device time. Look, the high with that is I think the benefit coming out of it is our kids are learning how to connect with their friends in other ways, gaming online, FaceTiming, just, all those things. The low point is they already had a lot of screen time, and now it's just more. And now it's like, well, I'm not playing games. I'm texting with Kate, or I'm like FaceTiming Sophie or whatever.
Hey, Kaden, you want to come say hi?
So I don't know that we needed more of that, but that's what's happening.
So speaking of outdoor time, come here, Kaden. They went out to play in the snow, and then
shoveling.
I had him
You were shoveling?
shovel
Whoa, is this sweat or snow?
Probably both.
Snow? How did you get snow up there?
Oh, he shoveled the whole driveway.
You were doing snow angels? With Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about like virtual learning and being home and highs and lows. How has it been for you?
I mean,
overall?
It is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about it anymore.
Yeah.
I just got moved to 100% virtual, but
Yeah.
I could care less really.
Yeah.
How many classes did you have to be in today?
Like 3.
Okay.
So
Was one of them study center though?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
We're
Well, thanks
super
for
proud of you.
shoveling.
Thank you for shoveling.
While we do our show.
Oh, he's the best. I mean, I'm paying him for sure.
Oh, you're paying him to shovel?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that was. Isn't that just being part of a family?
I think that was in our day
How much are you
when we
paying
were
him?
growing up. We never got. I mean, it was just like, hey, scrub this kitchen floor because I feed you. And now all that's different.
Oh man! All right, so professional highs and lows. A couple things we want to talk about here. Okay, so the remote virtual work environment.
Well, it's fun because we can all stay cozy in sweats, and I mean, I have yoga pants on right now. You can't even see them. So great. And introverted personalities are thrilled.
Yeah,
They can stay home all day.
Obviously, the trade-off there is just missing the team dynamic, the in-person interaction. It definitely affects chemistry.
Darren says, "Pay the kids."
Thanks, Darren. But yeah, we've kind of settled into like we're just in the office on a Monday, just trying to really decrease time together, but still maintain like that minimum viable option for still creating chemistry and culture with the team. So, hiring and firing.
I think it's a very relevant conversation in 2020. So many
Yeah.
people have had to lay off, furlough, fire. People have quit or just leave the company or practice. And then I don't know. I mean, there are wins and struggles with that, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, the high would be you get to explore finding new team members that are a good fit for your business, which can be so exciting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we just brought on a couple new team members that are going to start with us at the beginning of the year, and I think so much of our team just loves that. We love the excitement of bringing new team members on and just their gifts and talents and contributing to the culture and making things different. I think what's super interesting is this whole work from home model. So many companies were like, oh, this is amazing. And they jump into it and they're like, we can work like this and save money. And there was all this stuff. The difficulty, the low of that is like onboarding and HR and all of that. And now companies are like, if you're on Zoom, you got to have your camera on. Like you can't do the ghost like blackout, you got to like... Yeah, I think that part of it's difficult, and I think everybody's like, oh, there are some downsides here to it. So,
yeah, definitely.
Funky Town was something we experienced this year. It just, look, I think the high or the situation is most of us went through our stuff this year.
Oh yeah.
Of some sort or another.
Definitely.
And the low is that a lot of that funkiness creeps into corporate culture. And especially if you're in a virtual space, you just don't know. Like you're on Zoom calls and you're like, why is XYZ just not there? And you don't know. But
there's actually, it can be beneficial, it's almost like an attitude evaluation or assessment, or like even maybe a resilience factor.
That's what it is. Yeah.
You get to really just identify which team members are there with you and are like, no matter what, I am in this. I'm going to push through this with you. Yes, it's crappy. And they just sort of rise up to the challenge.
Yeah.
That is fantastic when you get to see that in action.
Yeah, I agree. The whole world going virtual. So the high is a lot of companies, including us, have pivoted and just gotten into spaces. I mean, producing live videos, producing these, I did an 8-week masterclass with clients, which was a ton of fun. Just all the things like pivoting and just getting into that space. The low is, I mean, man, just the amount of conferences that didn't happen this year, events that didn't happen, just missing out on all these friends that we've created.
And Zoom gets tiresome, and you can pick up the phone and call someone, and if you had planned on seeing them at an event or normally do, you just miss them. You miss giving them a hug and, having a sit down over coffee or wine or whatever.
Like Zoom was a quick hack, but the world can't exist that way long term, and conferences can't exist that way long term. So
in-person events and experiences will always be critical, or will always provide tremendous value when they're done correctly, when they're done right. I'll do the next one. Wow, you're just like on a roll. Whoa. Slow down, sailor. Man, like, okay, let the lady have a word here. Okay. Calm down. Okay, another aspect would be growth during COVID for businesses. I'm sure, I mean, we... Oh, is this like your silent treatment?
Oh, what? You talking to me?
Your Enneagram 3-4, Wing 4 silent treatment. That's funny. I mean, we definitely faced challenges big time. Everybody was facing financial challenges this year. We thankfully grew and gained a lot of clients this year. That was exciting. That would be the high. Yay, you get to keep your jobs.
We all get to keep our jobs.
Challenge or the low is like, whoa, how are we going to handle the production of this increased load, without hiring new people? And so it could feel, growth is awesome, but it also feels overwhelming.
Yeah, that was the challenge. It's a challenge right now because we resisted. I knew going into, as soon as the shutdown happened, I knew like this yo-yo effect was going to happen, and we tried to resist that, where it was like, let people go and furlough, and then all of a sudden things like reboot in the summer, and dentistry has this best summer ever, and then like we go on this hiring spree. So it was like, keep the team together and then wait to hire. So the truth is we probably have waited too long to hire, and a lot of our team's feeling that pressure and that tension. But yeah, we made we had to just make some hires. So yeah. So we're gonna start 2021 with them. And then what's this conquering quarterlies? What's a quarterly?
Well, a quarterly is a time, we actually do weekly meetings with our team every Monday, but then we also block time to do a quarterly meeting where we identify things that we can improve in the company, and then we all kind of, divide and conquer. Yeah. And depending on like gifts and talents, we specify who's going to be working on this kind of side project to just further the systems and processes and, excellence of the company overall. Yeah. So we do those consistently, and I'm a huge fan of them. Yeah. Sometimes I bite off a little more than I can chew. But yeah, so this was a great year for quarterlies for Studio 88, and I think that we definitely, we really knocked out quite a few big projects and made time for them. I think the hard part, though, is making time for them because they're extra on top of your day-to-day. Yeah. So they're kind of like in the special project section.
Yeah. It's actually one of the keys of businesses that grow during contractions and economic recessions is they look more inward. They really strengthen their systems. They work on their company. They double down on their core initiatives. And so it's definitely something we did this year that we'll continue to kind of look at, just how we get better. So
yeah, I think it's been actually really significant for us.
What do you think your just kind of personal high was from the year?
Engaging with docs. Totally. Yeah. I mean, I found myself we're all on our devices and phones more. I'm probably less lately though, but I would say during like real shutdown quarantine where we couldn't leave or do anything, I was just reaching out to them and checking in on everybody, and I'm just a sucker for real authentic connection. So just getting to know people better and make sure they're okay, and and have that reciprocated was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think the highest year, I mean, definitely, I just have to say, was the team. Gosh, I mean, I could go through and just like every person, you know, just stepped up and brought their energy to it in a unique way. I mean, you know, Josh Ratcliffe, employee number one, just such a positive attitude and carrying the design load. You know, Carl Blunt, our writer, just continuing to just write great websites and copy. Jeff Richardson, our lead photographer, traveling so much this year,
Yes.
especially the second half of the
Gosh.
year, just really, and even putting us first before just his own studio. Caroline, our senior just lead account manager, just stepping up. Like there are some people I'm like, man, if she wasn't there, that you know, just area could be a mess. Janet Lose, our art director, just keeping the creativity flowing, challenging our art team. I mean, Joe Homan, my co-owner, and just stepping into the COO role and really running everything, like the operations side has been huge. I mean, just the biz dev side, like the ideas, the pushing, the we need to be in this space, the checking in on people, the relationships. It's like when hard times hit, people know how much you care because of that stuff. Tyler Wetta, our brand director, just killing it with it, especially this recent line of swag we just did.
That's pretty awesome.
That's dropping. It's pretty awesome, and stepping up when a key team member moved on, like stepping up into taking on some of that role. Ariel Kuhn, just social media voice out there.
Ariel, are you watching?
And just that team of our content team and just pushing, becoming the voice for our company in a way where I'm like, yeah, that's amazing.
So elevated,
yeah, Carly, just handling our clients as well. She's an account manager. She's also our digital ads specialist, and digital ads just went for like a roller coaster this year. But ever since we've hired her, just the effectiveness of that all has been tremendous. Just so proud of her. Joel Hafner, our videographer, again, like our content team, just getting out there, traveling, going, I know that we need to do this. Like, this is what's right for the company, and being safe, but like going out and capturing our clients' stories.
And not saying no, you know?
Yeah, and just, I mean, he's so positive. Like his positivity,
It's crazy.
He wasn't there Monday, and like, and it feels like we're missing part of ourselves
Oh yeah, pretty much.
when he's not there.
You can't ever go anywhere, man. He'll be editing this later.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Tanner, our newest developer on the team, just coming in to take off some of the load and really becoming a real excellent developer on our team, and somebody that, I mean, in a short period of time, everybody's relying on and just thinks highly of. So, So yeah, no, I just kind of went through the team there and mentioned them, but I mean, it's all, I just shout outs to all them. So it was an amazing year, and I'm like, I hope I didn't forget anybody.
Oh yeah, I know. You scared me there for a second. I was just like going through.
I know, but that was off the top of my head. But I don't think I did.
If you did, we'll do a whole episode, a whole show.
Yeah, we'll just dedicate a whole show to
to
you.
the,
Yeah.
the missing
So-
team member.
Well, we're coming up on 7:00.
Yeah. We just wish you guys the best, merriest Christmas that you can have.
The merriest, the merriest.
And holidays. I know that everyone doesn't celebrate Christmas, but
Yeah.
just take care of yourselves and don't push yourself too hard. Tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah.
There's always work to be done. And maybe just take some time to just reflect on the vision inside of you and inside of your heart, and, you know, explore maybe some new potential, just, I don't know, opportunities or ideas for 2021. And just rest. Take care, do some self-care over break.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really good message for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's our biggest encouragement is, you know, I know holidays can be crazy with family and kids and all the things, and Christmas cards and Christmas cookies and Christmas gifts and all that. But I think it's making sure that you can, if it's half a day, if it's an hour a day, if it's, you know, dedicating a Saturday morning to just do your thing. I saw this guy today. We were at North Star, which is a restaurant, and we had a team meeting there, our growth team meeting. And I walked downstairs to go use the restroom, but there was this older guy sitting there and just had his coffee and his book and it's snowing outside, like just started snowing. It was like beautiful. And he's sitting by the window, and I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to get up one morning and go have breakfast by myself and with my book, and it's snowing and it's just so peaceful. But that's, wishing you that type of holiday season. 2020 has taken a lot out of us.
Yeah.
Most of us. Lots of us.
All of us.
All of us. Put back into yourself during this holiday season, and like Joanna said, get a vision of what you want 2021 to be. Get some of that like inward, like get a grip on some of that stuff, like see it, like get a handle on it, and go, this is what I'm believing for. This is what I'm looking for in 2021. But mostly put back into yourself.
Yes.
So
Definitely. Thank you for hanging out with us.
yeah.
Merry Christmas. We love all of you. Whether you're a client or just a friend or hanging out with us tonight.
Doesn't matter. We love
Doesn't
you.
matter. Lots of love coming your way.
So all the love. Guys, well, this is it for 2020. Hope you have an amazing rest of the year. We'll be back. We'll figure out what 2021 looks like and go from there.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
All right. Peace out, guys. See ya.